Welcome to another stream. This is a sleep stream. Ice cream time, baby. Here's some goddamn content. What the? Where the fuck have you been?
I haven't been feeling good today.
You're live on air on the Auston Oslapas network.
Oh, nice.
If that's okay.
That's it. Yeah, I just haven't been feeling good today.
I've been behind. Yesterday sucked the life out of me, and it just feels like it keeps going.
Yeah.
You have a sexy radio voice.
What'd you say?
You have a sexy radio voice.
Oh, do I?
You would be so fucking proud of me today. I just realized.
What'd you do?
Besides all my accomplishments of, day 11 or whatever, that I just keep getting more and more powerful on this electric unicycle. I saved two womans from the skate park.
Did you?
Well, I saved one of them, got them evacuated out of there. She was too drunk.
Oh, wow.
And then there was another one that was there, and she was like, I've been waiting to come here for a year, but I know one guy's going to come here or might be there, and I'm very worried about it because the last time that they interacted was like horrible and yelling and, like trying to get her to get the fuck out of the park, like for seems like no reason to me, but
right.
Anyway, they ended up picking on my friend who went to the park only to see these two people who treated him like shit. So she went over, I guess she's been drinking a bit. She went and hung out with my friend and hung out in his car, and he let her hang out for like a couple hours, I guess, in the car. And it wasn't like a big deal. He was probably just resting and chilling. His ankle's all fucked up.
Yeah.
But then my other friend that she specifically wanted to see probably even more than that guy that she was hanging out in the car, wouldn't even roll down the window in whatever car he rolled up in that wasn't his. He was just a passenger getting dropped off at the park. He has deep-rooted machismo from Latin machismo ingrained in him, unfortunately, to the point where machismo can be strong enough that you domestically abuse and assault and physically assault your actual mother and sister and beyond, and and any other woman that's not your mother or that you're already ready to physically assault is obviously far lesser on the scale as a human being or whatever fucking life form he sees women as.
All right, that's horrible.
But that's just machismo in a nutshell, as far as I understand it, and as I've seen it with my my limited Latin friend there, or I think he identifies as Hispanic. Actually, I'm completely fucking wrong on that one. Latin people have been fucking awesome, nothing but awesome.
Yeah.
If you're watching the stream, look how much ice cream I just ate in
I'm not
11 minutes and 14 seconds.
What kind of ice cream?
Were you watching when I was texting you to check on my bruises? I have weird like bruises that I would equate to like a monkey's paw. Like had its way with my inner thigh.
That's interesting.
It also kind of looks like a monkey was trying to like type on a keyboard down there. It looks like a keyboard.
That's kind of funny.
Hi, ISIS buddy poop. It's been a while, buddy. He's calling me a weirdo. Waiter Auston, I'm unsibling. He's unbrothering me.
Unbrothering.
I'm gonna act like
not feeling real great, and like
I'm gonna act like it was muted.
I don't know. I literally cannot like.
You can't hear me.
Like I'm not even like hungry or like whatever, and like I just like I'm feeling a little better now, but like I was just not feeling good earlier.
I had a coffee this morning.
Like sick or something, and like so tired. Like, I slept so much today.
I had a
And,
coffee
like, that's
again.
super, super not great for me.
That's like
Like,
a
I haven't even
cancer
smoked.
pre-indicator or something, huh?
What'd you say?
It's not like a cancer pre-indicator.
I don't know.
I'm making that
I
up.
think that a lot of it right now is just like kind of like stress.
I already know what cancer is and how to solve it. So if you
Oh,
ever need to fix cancer or want to work towards having cancer,
Oh, okay.
you can let me know and I'll fill you in on the keto non-gluten powder diet. Where I feed to my camels.
Did you meet up with Harley tonight?
Careful on the name dropping.
Oh, that's right, because we're streaming. Sorry.
But
Well, can they hear me?
oh yeah, I put the mic real close and it's on super sensitive.
Oh, cool.
Until you don't want it to be.
No, I mean, it's fine, whatever. It's whatever.
You have a sexy
Sorry.
voice, and I'm trying to create original content to the point where I'm actually been listening to music on headphones, and it was like so boring. Because like to try to not have music on the stream, because it demonetized it. But
I listen to a lot of music. I like that.
I bought a $50 eighth today.
You bought a what?
A $50 eighth at 30% off though.
Oh, nice.
So, and then I bought a cartridge, a gram cartridge.
For how much?
That lasts me forever or whatever, but a long time.
Oh yeah, right.
How much was that? Well, I got the top tier ones that are like 45, but then they're like 31 with my discount.
Nice.
The cheapest gram.
I remember when
the absolute cheapest gram.
The grams used to be like so expensive.
The cheapest gram you can get for a cart, you can actually get full distillate carts for 20 a gram for their cheapest one, and then 25 for actually live resin cartridges.
Oh well.
On their super max level.
Where did you go?
I got my medical card at the same time, and so I fucking made a little celebratory purchase.
Right, but where did you go, or do you not want to say right now? That's fine.
They have this max value menu that if you don't have like any discounts, like I have my industry discount is 30% off there on everything, including glass.
That's amazing.
Except for digital, like vaporizers, like they're like $600 Volcano. They're not.
Oh, right.
Not allowing 30% off on that, unfortunately. I would actually probably buy that at 30% off, like because those are awesome.
I was gonna say it'd be worth it.
But I already have like 4 vaporizers and like 2 like cartridge vaporizers, like or 3 of the cartridge vaporizers, like batteries. Nice. Like I don't need anything else.
I kind of miss smoking.
No. Oh, and then I got hemp wick, and I got the thick stuff, and I got the regular stuff. And last time when I thought I got the thick stuff, I definitely didn't get the thick stuff because the thick stuff on the actual thick stuff is so fucking thick. It's funny. It's like that? So hemp wick is this beeswax lined hemp like wick. So you can use it as like a little flame source. And so it gives you a super pure, non-butane, non-lighter hit that is like a noticeable difference between a lighter and not using a lighter. It's like lighting it off a candle. It's real pure. And I've used for a long time I've used like $100 plus lighters that had that I would use special high-end, like the most premium 5-time filtered butane. And when I use those, I would notice a difference between using a Bic and using those. Like,
really?
Because like there's actually chemicals in a Bic that you're like craving. Like, so even if you light a cigarette, like don't suck down the Bic like fluid lighter flame. Like, like light it like you would a joint or something, and then take a hit off the side. I don't know if that's like a proven thing or not, but all I know is that when I smoke bowls off of a Bic and I smoke off the high-end lighter or a hemp wick, there's been times where I'm like, oh, I like the roughness of like hitting the Bic. Like there's a bunch of hidden chemicals or something in there that they're actually getting high off the Bic.
Right.
The just low quality, low refinement of whatever fuel they use in there in the Bic.
Yeah.
So anyway, lots of fucking shit. I'm just like, oh man, I'm looking at this paperwork and I'm fucking just, I don't want to talk too much about it, but just coming to a fucking like, I don't know, standstill. It's just fucking like, I don't know what this answer is.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, hey, what would it be? What would it cost for you to maybe handhold me a little bit more on this and help me knock it out? But it seems like we fucking.
Have they been pretty helpful for you?
We went over it like at the coffee shop, and it was like, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. This makes sense. And then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, fuck, everything seems so much more difficult than.
Has she been pretty helpful though?
Yeah, I could.
I'm glad.
I could call and try to go. I could text or whatever and go over some answers. I forget. I forgot she said she didn't want to talk.
You forgot what?
I forgot she said something like her mouth was hurting and she didn't want to talk.
Oh, she did say when I saw her the other day, she said she broke a tooth.
Oh, man.
Because she was like rolling by and she was like, yeah. She was like, I just broke a tooth, and she's like, but luckily I already have an appointment tomorrow. And I was like, well, that's good. But she always stops and says hi. Like, I mean, they both do, but like most of the time, probably like 90% of the time. Sometimes they don't, but
if you're out,
I'm outside or whatever.
If you're outside,
yeah,
shouldn't knock on your door.
There's been a couple of times when they have. It's been a while, but
oh, that's nice.
I can't even remember why. I've been down there a couple of times too.
Wow. So, I just crushed a fucking pound of espresso ice cream. Think I'm going to go to bed?
Espresso ice cream?
Think I'm going to bed anytime soon?
Mm-mm.
When you talk to me and you watch a stream, are you usually on your phone at the same time and watching on your phone?
Not normally.
Or do you?
Not if we're on the phone.
You get a different device?
No, I don't normally watch if we're on the phone.
Oh.
I'll go back and watch them later sometimes. But normally if I'm watching, we're not on the phone.
Hey, you know what's super funny about, I'm wearing my new knee pads right now, so you can't see it, but they're super colorful. They're like complete rainbow, like flaming rainbow.
Nice.
Blue, green, yellow, orange, red, black, white. With white caps.
That's awesome.
What was I going to say? Had a good ride with my friend just now for an hour and a half, maybe. We ended up crushing a beer and fucking he had a couple. He ate shit a couple times. I ate shit once. He let a like stranger ride his one wheel for a little bit, and the guy almost fell a couple times. I couldn't watch. I'm just bored of fucking. Oh, he's gonna fall. Like, who fucking cares? He's part of this group. Hi, Salvatore. He's part of this group that all they post is, should I get a one wheel pint or should I get the XR? I'm 220 pounds and I want to be able to ride really far. And it's like obviously like everybody's just like, get the fucking better board, Jesus.
Right.
But the better boards, like twice as much. So I don't know. So many people buy the smaller board and then they end up are like, oh, I loved it, and like buy the bigger board, which is great marketing for one wheel, but yeah. I spoke Italian today to an Italian after he told me he was Italian and then he thought I was speaking Spanish.
Really?
I'm like, that was Italian, dude. Yeah.
You're like, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have fucking slept so much today.
He was telling me about tags they did in San Francisco that were like mafia related, like Italian mob family tags. Are you going to kiss Salvatore goodnight?
Am I gonna what?
Are you going to kiss Salvatore goodnight?
Am I gonna kiss him?
Yeah, can you just give me a little kiss on his little head?
Sure.
Okay, not so loud though. I got you real close, like right on his head.
Really? It's funny.
Okay, give him a kiss then.
It's funny.
That's kind of loud. It affected
my
the
God,
sound
hot.
quality a little bit.
I'm literally like so hot right now. This is so I've done all day long.
It's been.
It's like I'll get super warm and then like throw a blanket on, or I'll like have a blanket on me and I'll be like super cold. And then like I'm snuggled under the blanket and I'm okay, and then I'll get like super hot.
So
And,
how hot do you get? Like take off all your clothes hot?
Temperature right now.
Oh, like check your temperature? Oh my God, did I give you COVID?
I don't. Did you have it?
I feel like I have no idea if I have COVID. I may have gotten COVID from the neighbor when he
I don't think
did all
that's
those.
the case. It doesn't feel like that. Like I said, like I feel better now. I just
When they put me behind the
I feel like this is how
the
I
meat
felt
wagon.
for like a while, and so I think part of me feels like maybe it's just has to do with stress or something, because I've definitely noticed over the last I don't know, I want to say like year and a half, maybe longer.
I put my hands on the back of the cop car like they were going to arrest me and pat me down.
Yeah.
And then I cried because this guy was willing to die for me, like my sins or something were so worth his fighting for.
Yeah.
Demolishing. He wanted to demolish my life and my sins.
Oh, that was such a crazy situation that you were in.
And I'm so bummed that I was so calm because I had my body cam on and I thought I was actually using it, and I wasn't, because I was trying. You know, you're like real calm when you're making a movie, right?
Right.
And I'm softly like narrating the movie and stuff, and it's like not even recording. I was so bummed. It was so terrible.
Yeah, you definitely.
I was like, what the fuck? And then
crazy stuff happens to you.
It was the absolute opposite of what usually happens. I usually get whatever the big event was off camera a little bit. Like I was recording, I'll get the audio, and it's like questionable whether it's even good enough. But homeboy showed me the clip of his angle today of getting the phone knocked out of his hand.
Oh, did he?
Because he got the phone knocked out of his hand, and then he got 1, 2, phone knocked out, and then 2 punch.
Ugh.
So we didn't get the angle of the punch, but I was like, dude, you got enough. I got enough.
Right. For sure.
Well, unfortunately, we have to pursue getting a protection order to have any effect on the landlord acknowledging anything that has happened, even though she got full video of the 1-2 punch. And then also I got full video of him admitting the earlier assault. And I didn't realize it, but when he was recording through his screen, he couldn't see him, and so he was able to ask him like really direct questions. And then like he should have asked him over and over again, do you want to kill me? And then as soon he says the key word, I want to kill you, you've got a whole nother level of harassment that they can actually detain and arrest and drunk tank him for. And it was just, you know, my friend was like fucking, dude, this guy was our friend, and I'm convinced we were both his closest friends.
Yeah.
Like here. But
well, I mean,
but he disowned me like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Because he thought I was home and he was knocking, and he said I ignored him on this big note that he left, and Did I tell you that I woke up and I saw across the neighbor's door, it had a giant fucking like red 7 or whatever the fuck on it? And it was like on cardboard, and then there was like another note up above it, and I'm like, oh my god, that looks so fucking threatening. And I went and looked at it. I should have taken pictures of it, but it was to the one neighbor that didn't need any kind of apology, and it was like this super half-assed like, hey man, I had a rough night last night. And like, I don't know, he signed it with his number and fucking had it really giant on there. Like,
I have a roommate, or not a roommate, a neighbor that gets really like.
But it looked like Passover blood
something, and then
smeared
like
over.
comes over or whatever, and like you don't answer the phone. She acts like it's the end of the world. Well, where were you? What were you doing? And it's like, it's none of your business. If you call or text and like nobody answers, or like nobody answers the door, like why does it have to be such a big deal? Like, I don't want to answer the door and I don't need to, or maybe I'm not home, or...
Is that somebody that lives near you, or somebody that's coming far and wide to come and see you?
It's one of the neighbors that lives in the same building.
Well, that's...
It's just stupid, or like she'll like wait or whatever.
Is that... Here's where I draw the line on that. And I had to draw the line on George with exactly this.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm old school. I just show up when I want to. And I'm like... Dude, you can show up when you want to, but you need to be able to give me 5 minutes to fucking say goodbye to my stream, put some clothes on, fucking prepare myself.
Right.
I'm half the time I'm fucking coming out of the bath earlier than I want to just to see what the fuck's going on, because he ends up yelling in through my window. And that's what started this whole thing yesterday.
Right.
Is that I saw him yelling through the neighbor's window, and I was like, I know what it's like to feel trapped in my place and have him yell through the window, and it booms through fucking front to back. The whole entire fucking place is just, I can hear. That's, like, usually when I'm in my room, I'm continuously thinking someone's knocking. Like, it just, I can't fucking...
Well, you can't
I can't tell if someone is or isn't, and it just almost seems like it's always just feels like someone is, and I'm just like, have to be kind of over it or okay with it or something. So I went to Dr. Sunshine today. It's $200 to get that, and I kind of fucked up because I didn't specify that I wanted, obviously, the max amount of plants allowed. And I guess that's like one extra piece of paperwork. And so I'll need to comment on that. Because I got approved for 6 plants versus the full amount of 15, which makes a difference.
For sure.
So... Well, I'm glad to hear from you. It's been quite the...
I've just been laying on my couch watching movies and stuff. Sleeping on and off here and there. I've been up for a couple hours now and feeling a little better. I want to go smoke, but I'm scared it's going to make me sick. I haven't smoked all day long.
Oh, will it send your acid into overdrive?
Yeah, sometimes it does.
On an empty stomach?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and it's really bad too because you have an empty stomach, so there's nothing in your tummy.
Maybe eat first then. Or is it...
I'm not hungry, and I don't like to force... If I'm not hungry, like... It's so weird now that I've gotten older. I used to just be, like, so bad about eating. Like, I wouldn't even be hungry. It's just a habit thing, and that was, like, even before I started smoking, it was just like a stress thing, or like if I'm bored or whatever, like I would just consistently eat even if I wasn't hungry. And like now I feel like recently specifically, like I'm not hungry at all, and like it's not good for me to be going this long without eating. And so like part of me wonders if that's one of the reasons why I don't necessarily feel good.
Yeah, you need to be activating your metabolism regularly. Lots.
Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's part of the reason. I did eat a little tiny bit earlier, and then for a little bit, like I did start feeling a little okay, and then like I turned a movie on and fell back asleep.
Just eat if you're not eating a lot. If you're not eating a lot, eat really good stuff, really good choices when you do eat.
Okay.
If you can, or whatever, like you feel like eating, try to eat something healthy with it. Okay. I've been happy with, like, I got these Brussels sprouts lately, and I've been eating those, and it's like when I eat stuff like that, I don't feel like I need really that much, because it's like, right. Well, I'm not going to eat Brussels sprouts forever, but there's so many foods that are insatiable that I'm just like, hamburgers at McDonald's. I'm like, I could just keep eating these, and I'm not even full.
Right. Well, it's literally like empty calories.
I make like 8 Brussels sprouts, and I eat like 6 of them. And
when you're doing your smoothies and like you're eating vegetables or whatever, like that stuff's really good for you.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and the trickle,
make a big difference.
The trickle of calories throughout the day and eating small amounts throughout the day is really.
I feel like you must have a really. I feel like it's pretty obvious, but like you have a pretty high metabolism.
Here's the thing. I've noticed. I think I get sick. I have a history of like getting sick a lot of times when I've like gone to restaurants. When I go to restaurants and stuff, partly because the food is rich and I don't eat whatever the fucking food is at the restaurant but every 7 months or 2 years or something. And so I have a theory that it's really easy to be sick on stuff that you haven't eaten in so long. But I think it just comes down. I think it really just comes down to I eat too much and I don't realize that I'm already full. And a lot of times there's this like culture of drinking a ton of water or chips and salsa or just tons of water like during and before the meal.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I've done in the last few months, but I've really pretty much cut out water like almost out of my diet altogether, other than just really heavy in the smoothies and then keeping the smoothies going all the time.
Uh-huh.
And then, when I want to mix it up for something else to drink, it's like the ginger beer. I've been drinking these little Honest juice boxes, but like honestly, all 3 of the flavors are just acid city for me. They're all apple juice based. Even the grape juice is apple juice based. So, I've kind of learned, like, I think apples just kind of don't really click with me too good.
Right. Oof. The hell is that? Yeah, I think the smoothies that you make for yourself, I think they're really good for you.
Yeah, they're surprisingly light and not very thick. And when I unlocked the secret to adding as much water as I do, I almost could like double the batches with water and see how that goes, and get myself even more water like versus just the nutrients or whatever. But a lot of times if I drink those smoothies first thing in the morning, though, I'm like, it'll kind of fuck with my if it's all like a lot of ice or frozen strawberries or anything in there, it can kind of fuck with, like, shock my system a bit, because I'll drink like too much and then I'll realize it like a few minutes later, like, oh, I drank too much, now I've got a stomach ache. But I think being sick at restaurants has come down to like just eating too much at one time, and my body just wants minimal.
Well, for one, it doesn't sound like you eat a lot out anyway, and so like
Yeah. So, and my
obviously that's gonna make a big difference. I feel like.
Yeah, and I have a theory that like you eat out and so you're just getting butter. Like, do I eat butter ever? No. Do I? If I ever put my butter in my food, is it like one food specifically? Like, how do I cook with it? No. Do I like put it on a baked potato? Maybe that's the only way I would ever have butter. Like, why would I ever have butter? And you go to like get a bagel at some place and they've buttered and fucking cream cheesed your bagel. Like, they do all this like crazy extra shit that you're like, why would you ever do that? Like, in my
I feel like
opinion,
that's why it's good sometimes, just specifically about stuff like that, to ask for stuff on the side so that you can do it yourself.
you know, like when you get like the
I
breakfast.
love bagels and cream cheese, and like there are some places you go to, if you order one or whatever, like they really layer that cream cheese on almost to the point like I like cream cheese, but like it's a little much. It's like I didn't.
Oh no, I want a
a
crazy slab of cream cheese on my if I'm getting cream cheese. What I'm complaining about is I get a breakfast bagel and I get cream cheese, egg, and sausage on it. But little do I know, it's like they soaked a fucking 3 patties of butter on each half of the bagel before. Had I known that that wasn't an option to not have butter on there, if that's even an option, since it wasn't even mentioned, I would have not had the cream cheese probably at all, because I'd rather have cream cheese or butter, one or the other. I wouldn't. It's just crazy rich to me. Like, ugh, like my body can't handle that shit. Like, and yeah, like I don't cook butter. I don't use butter with my eggs. I don't use butter with like cooking anything. I don't like to use my coconut oil because I've dipped my genitals into it. And
Wait, what? Excuse me, sir. I have questions.
My coconut oil is my lube, but it happens to be next to my stove right now. As if I've been using it to oil my pans, which basically need to be burned clean every time they fucking are used.
I got that. I was like, you can't just say that in like passing and just like move on like it's nothing. I'm like, wait a second. I have questions.
The juice has been spilled.
I mean, it makes sense.
My hair is getting thick. My hair gets to a point where it's not growing any longer, but it's just getting thicker and thicker. It's getting really thick.
Lucky.
Looks like I'm getting a receding hairline.
Seriously lucky.
Makes sense with.
Because my hair's so thin.
My roid rage.
I need a haircut really bad though. I need a trim.
Taking another day off from Skully, letting her go to camp. Camp up. I'm letting Skully stay at One Wheel Boot Camp another night.
Oh yeah.
But apparently, report is she's just been waiting for me the whole time, so it's absolutely fucking sad. It's sad to hear about. Sad to hear the little guys just waiting at the door for me for fucking 2 days, apparently.
Is that my stomach grumbling?
You know what? Nice. You know what's the worst thing on an empty stomach? That's sometimes okay, but almost always for me, totally the worst thing. Cereal, milk and cereal.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's probably like the cold aspect a little bit, and then I buy milk, but it's like every other time it's fucking bad. It goes bad, you know. Like I just threw out, like too. I just bought 2 gallons from Costco that I threw. The last 2 I bought, don't think I even opened, and I think I had like at least a partial or another full 3rd gallon that I threw out. And it's like so traumatic. You're like, I gotta throw 3 gallons out. I got a half and half from Costco too, and it had, I don't know how fucking quick those spoil, but they seem like they spoil crazy quick. You get like 1 cup of coffee out of a half gallon of half and half before it goes bad a couple days later. It was chunky, and I was going for it for a while. And then it gets to a point where it's like nasty chunky. There's like the ignorable chunky where it's like the like light chunky.
Ew.
Like, is it even chunky? I don't know. It doesn't smell bad.
Ew.
Doesn't taste bad. It's just like starting to curdle, but you're like, is it bad?
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Anyway, I found that out about half gallons of half and half don't last very long. It's probably just the oxygenation and high fat content that it just devours the oxygen and starts processes.
Ow. Ow.
Like maybe if you put the half and half in an airtight container, it would actually last quite a bit longer. Like with a real cap on it.
What'd you say?
If you put the half and half in a real container with a real lid, it was actually like you could seal it. I'm surprised there's not a device to seal a milk carton, a half-gallon milk carton. Or is there? Probably is. I can't picture what it looks like though. There should be some device, even if it was just a clamp. It was meant for your milk to like hold the carton.
That's a good idea. Should invent one.
Milk carton cap. I think there's already a milk carton cap.
That'd actually be really
Oh, they've all kind of shifted to actual caps on a lot of them. I remember.
Just scratched my mouth. That's talented.
Just with your tongue?
Huh?
With what? Your hand?
With my finger.
Finger in your mouth, and it scratched it.
No, the outside of my mouth, not the inside. Like my lip. I guess I should have been more specific. It's so late, it doesn't even feel like it.
Well, I broke a branch today. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't all the way broken, and so I did support techniques that.
You did the what?
I did support techniques to
Nice.
Attempt to.
I cannot be doing this to my body anymore and sleeping all day.
Well, if you have dreams of a night job, you're right on schedule.
What did you say?
If you have dreams of a night job, you work during the night, I'll work during the day, and we'll never see each other.
That'd be horrible. That'd make me really sad.
The perfect. I'll leave you little notes behind, little breadcrumbs.
Little breadcrumbs?
Hey, just missed ya. There's a little post-it note with a heart that says, "Sorry, hot water's. I used all the hot water." Oh my gosh, I got a call.
You got what?
I got a call from a restricted number. You think
Just now?
Yeah, right now. You think it's the police?
Ooh, that's weird. Not necessarily. And also, it'd be weird that they'd be calling so late.
Sometimes they get on a shift and they get on another schedule.
True. But I've had the police call me before and they didn't call me from a restricted number.
I had them call me the other day and they called me from a restricted number. I didn't answer for some reason, and then they called right back and it was like a regular number.
That's weird. Yeah, I never answer
phone numbers. I
numbers.
called 911, it disconnected, and they called back from unknown.
I never answer phone numbers that are restricted or that say spam or whatever.
Well, I regret not answering it because there's no way to see what happened now.
Yeah, but I find that, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, people aren't necessarily always up at 1:30 in the morning. So for me, it's kind of like, why would they call so late? You know? Just a thought.
Booty call.
Oh, yeah?
Booty call.
What are you saying that's who called you?
Argentina.
What?
Yes, Argentina.
You better settle down there, Chief.
She knows I don't like to be called that. Or I feel weird about being called that, kind of. I don't know. It sounds like, okay, sport. Good sport. Mr. Beast posted a new video. I guess it was 2 days ago. What? I haven't seen it. Last to leave circle wins $500,000, and they've got like, it looks like 100 people in the circle. So,
oh wow,
probably a good show. Probably takes like a week for people to lose.
Yeah.
People are all like, I'm embarrassed to go to the bathroom, but they're like totally willing to let people like crap in buckets and stuff. So you got to kind of be ready to do all that. if you're going to do one of his stay in a circle challenges. The hardest ones are, he did like $1 million, like last one. He did like last one to take their hand off a house, last one to take their hand off a Tesla, last one to take their hand off $1 million.
Huh.
And man, after so many days of holding your hand on like a box or like a car or the side of a house, like it's just gotta be maddening. Like so
I don't know if I could do it.
So hard. Ooh.
I mean, if I'm sticking my hand on $1 million, do I get to keep it? Because I do it.
Yeah, if you're willing to hold on to it for like 3 or 4 days with everybody else.
Right. See, that's a different story.
And then they do weird challenges and try to distract you and tell you like if you leave now you can get $10,000 if you quit now, which a lot of people, that's a really good deal for them.
I would hold out for the $1 million.
Oh my God, I'm watching this guy just get ripped apart by fucking 2 pit bulls. I can't believe they can, oh my God, I can't believe they can show this on Inside Edition. They went for his head and both had a grip on his head and were pulling from 2 different directions.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ. And this guy is reenacting how he got him apart with a pruning saw on a telescopic pole. Oh my God, the guy's just covered in fucking blood. Oh my God, the guy didn't defend him long enough and they came back at him. And another guy came out with a gun.
Oh gosh.
And a bunch of people are all around with sticks and stuff trying to defend him. Holy fuck. Oh, there they go. They're shooting at him. Bang, bang, bang. And the guy's on the phone with 911 at the same time. I'm watching this it's all muted. But they have like this awesome preview where you can like watch the whole entire movie just on the preview without sound.
Oh, okay.
Like, so if you just hover over the movie,
Yeah.
you know, like on Pornhub.
I mean, technically, I don't know, but okay. I don't.
X videos.
I'll take your word for it, though.
Oh, fuck. My Korean friend is doing a poll and it's all in Korean. I can't see what the fucking. I can't see what it says. Oh, man. All my. Everything's fucking in the original language on here.
It's tomorrow, Friday.
I hope not.
What?
I sure hope not, but I think it is.
I think it is. And is Monday Labor Day? I feel like it is. Because I don't even know how or when the hell this happened, but it's fucking September.
I think Labor Day's over, but it doesn't feel like I heard any mention of it, so.
No, Labor Day is always in September.
Well, it's been September for a while.
Usually it's what?
It's been September for quite some many hours.
Well, I know, but I know. That's what I'm saying though. Like, I've been so out of it lately. Like, I can't keep my days straight anymore. It's ridiculous, but I'm pretty sure that Labor Day is always the first Monday in September, which would make that be this upcoming Monday. But I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked the calendar in a while. A calendar. I had to get I had to get rid of a bunch of apps on my phone today. I think I need to take my phone in.
Take your phone in for what?
I'm running out of memory.
Yeah, you don't need to take your phone in for anything. Those phones are like $40 value now. You need a SD card.
I do need an SD card.
All you need to do is put an SD card in there.
Okay. I know. Recently, a couple weeks ago, Kate told me
I popped
that much in the last couple of days at all, but
yeah, I pop SD cards in and out all the time.
Job or whatever, but she has an SD card in her phone, and how much did she say it was? I want to say
you can get 200.
She said it's 100.
I get 200.
116 gigs or 132, and she filled hers up. Like, her phone wasn't working, her Fitbit wasn't working properly.
You can fill it up.
Well, this is probably like a month ago now, but like.
Well, 32 gigs or 64 gigs is not very much.
What?
Anyway, 32 gigs or 62.
I only have 16.
64 isn't very much. Sure.
I literally have 16 gigs.
Sure. Yeah, I know. I've had the phone.
I understand what is taking up so much space, because I feel like the more I delete stuff.
No, just a few apps will take up. Just a few apps will take up that space, and then if you're not clearing your internet cache and browser history, that adds up super quick.
Maybe that's what part of the problem is then, but like
getting an app called CCleaner or like Deep Cleaner kind of stuff will help remove a bunch of like unwanted, unused files on your phone, the same way a computer would. Yeah, I just feel like antivirus.
This is probably the best one I've ever had. I love this phone. The battery lasts a long time. It takes really good pictures. Like, yeah, of course, it's a couple of years old now, like 2 years old, if not older, but like, I don't care. Like, there's nothing wrong with it besides just the memory issue that I've been having. I like this phone. But it is irritating to constantly have to go through and like, I don't want to delete any of my pictures. Not that I know necessarily what I'm going to do with them, but like,
yeah, it won't even clear up that much.
A lot of pictures over the last couple months, like summer, like just like the adventures and stuff that like Kate and I did, like just going to all these beaches, and then like when she took me to the aquarium, like in the zoo, like I took a bunch of pictures, and like don't necessarily want to get rid of them.
So, like, since you're not friends anymore, it's like totally cool to name drop her.
Well, I mean, we are friends still. I just don't talk to her as much anymore.
Oh.
Like, I definitely, like, she called last night, and I don't know what I was doing. I think maybe I was in the bathroom or something, and, like, I just didn't have my phone on me or whatever, and then, like...
I'm just surprised she's, like, cooler with being on live stream than you are.
What'd you say?
Fuck, I asked somebody if they wanted to call back because I thought it was them. It was, and now they're...
Somebody if they what? I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I'm getting a call.
Again?
Yeah, I asked my friend if it was them because I thought it was them, and they said it was. So I just asked if they wanted to call back, but instead of responding, they just started calling back. So I don't know. I'm just...
No, it's
They're
not that Kate and I aren't friends.
drunk
Like,
and fucking. I don't want to talk to them.
Totally, like, fine.
Honest, to be honest.
We just don't. Like, honestly, like, I miss her. Like, I was used to spending a lot of time with her.
I should go to bed.
And,
This is all bad choices.
talking a lot or whatever, and so, like, now that we don't, like, it's fine, but it just sucks that she's busy, and I knew this is how things were going to be anyway, and especially with her, like, starting this new job, and then she's going to start school in a couple weeks.
Well, I feel like I'm being a jerk to my friend now that he's trying to call me.
Why?
Because I asked if they wanted to call back, and then they just started calling back rather than responding if they wanted to or not.
Well, if you have to go or whatever, that's fine.
I'll call him.
You what?
I'll call him, and I'm just going to bed now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a thing at noon to turn in all this paperwork, and I feel like I fucking got 5 hours of fucking paperwork to do, and I'll be lucky if I get 5 hours of sleep or wake up by noon practically. If I wake up at noon, I'm gonna have to cancel the fucking appointment all over again, and
right.
We're trying to have everything set up to be done tomorrow for Monday, I guess, which is like the last day.
I kind of wish you were here. I could use some cuddles.
That sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're making the cuties jealous. All the cuties.
That's fine.
I'm smoking some of my super fancy weed.
You what?
I'm smoking some of the super fancy weed that I got.
I'm tired of not having cable, but I'm not going to spend $150 for it.
$150, Jesus! How is
cable in or not?
I got Hulu like with ads for like fucking 30 minutes, and I was like, God damn, I can't take another fucking ad, and got like the regular version, which is annoying because I think I started the free trial. And it was like if you started the free trial, so like as soon as you realize we are watching way too long on this new feature, something is like you're like, oh, I gotta switch to regular, but then you like basically pay for your whole jacked up. I had coffee this morning at Woods. It was like over $1 more than it was last time, which
I saw that you posted something about that on Facebook.
Like today. I don't know how to order coffee correctly. Apparently,
that's really strange. It shouldn't be that much.
Yeah. like they do the espresso shot. Oh, they do. It's so pleasant though. Like they're like when you get there.
My dad drinks Americano, so.
Is that with water?
Really what the difference is.
Is that water? I see people losing their mind going, oh, shouldn't I dropped it? Like, oh my god, how many times has he dropped his tool hug? And we've had to go double back on like a hunch of where he may or may not have dropped it. And they're worth $5, I'd say. So like a lot of people just buy new ones like almost every time if they're on 7% for me. But some people are like, never buy the that one. Have a buy. It's all I need. Practically disposable. It's free. Isn't that really cute? Where you're like, there we go. What time should it be? What time should it be?
9, if not later. And I missed the whole movie. I literally turned it on and watched like 5 minutes, and then woke up halfway through and watched maybe a couple more minutes, and then woke up at the end. And I was like, well, that was fun. Thank goodness it's a movie I've already seen. So I wasn't too bummed, but. It's like I tried a movie up earlier.
Can you tell Salvatore in Italian that he deserves many kisses? Molte baci. Molti baci.
No, you can go ahead and do that.
Molte baci per sempre.
That's super cute.
It's just one of the mini pan things I do. No, I was talking to somebody about pan stuff today, and I was kind of like rethinking that potentially being probably like not actually anywhere close to a good description.
Not actually what?
It wouldn't actually be a good description of my sexuality as far as being open to. Pan seems like they're open. They're like it's like the bi plus, like it's
Well,
bi.
that's what I
It's like
identify as.
bi anything.
Yeah, because I've been with people that are also transgender.
Well,
so like, how do you say that?
Well, I tried to like jump on the bandwagon, and I just like I'm like, well, actually,
I always think it's been the best way to describe me because I don't see when I look at somebody, I don't see their gender. I see like it's like am I interested in this person? Are they interested in me? Like, do we have a connection? Like, you know, like it goes above and beyond. It doesn't have anything to do with their gender. It's like, do I have a connection with this person? And that's kind of like, and it took me a long time to even be able to like figure that out because I didn't know it was even a thing. And so like I always said for quite a while that I was gay, and I was like, I can't say that because how can you say that you're gay if you've also been with men and are open to being with men again? And it's like, I can't say that. I feel like it's confusing, and I like to think that I'm pretty open about my sexuality, and like I want to be open with other people about it. Like I think that I've dealt with a lot of backlash from men and women being in relationships and stuff about, especially women, how it's like this huge thing. It's like, well, if you say that, how do I know that you're not going to break up with me and go be with a guy? And it's like, well, if we break up, that means our relationship's over. So why does that even matter? It's not like I'm gonna go and cheat on with you, guy. I wasn't always probably the most trustworthy person in a relationship before, but that was a really, really long time ago. And I made a lot of mistakes that I can't take back, but I'm not that person anymore. And so, like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm in a relationship. I'm not gonna fuck around. And so, like, when people say that to me, and I've had men say the same thing, like, how do I know that you're not gonna go cheat on me with a woman? Or then it turns into, well, since you like women, then we can have a threesome. And it's like, it's not like that. Like, I'm not that, like, to each their own, but like, I tried having a threesome once before, like, it did not go well. I'm an extremely jealous person when I'm with my partner, and like, I don't want to share. So, but
I feel like you were like addressing the stream maybe a little bit more since I've already heard you talk about that, but
you what?
I feel like you were addressing the stream more just like as like a PSA because we've
I'm literally just,
gone
I'm talking to you. I'm not talking
over
to,
gone over that a little bit before, but
no, like, I'm
it's a great
literally,
story.
like, I'm talking to you.
No, I believe you.
If you want to choose to put me on stream, that's fine, but I would still be saying the same thing even if I wasn't on. Like, I'm literally not even thinking about that path.
We're staying on stream for the time being. Still, so
no, I mean, it's fine,
I wanted to
like,
almost interrupt you and remind you that we were on stream, but
I know that we're on stream and I don't care.
well, you just implied you didn't know if we were or not, but you also said that you didn't care either way.
I did not imply that.
But
I knew that we were.
Oh, okay. All right, it sounded like you didn't know, and I was like, oh.
No, I just don't care.
Bad.
Like, if you want to choose to put me on, like, that's fine. But like, I'm gonna say whatever I'm gonna say,
whether I censor you or not on stream. And,
like, sorry,
and
like,
then people
get stuff. To do it, I'm not there, so.
And then people get it out of context. Well, like in Washington State, you're not supposed to like record people without their knowing. You know.
No, I do not have a problem with it. But like, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter if you were streaming or not. Like, we would be having the same conversation. I think that, you know, by now I'm pretty open about stuff. I'm a pretty honest person about stuff. And like, I don't know, especially as I get older, I don't have time to sugarcoat shit anymore.
That's good. It's fine.
Well, it doesn't help that I can't say it doesn't help. That doesn't make sense, but wait until if you ever meet my dad, then you'll be like, yeah, I know where she gets it from. Because he has no filter. What are you doing? Are you laying down? Since I'm not watching.
Yeah, I'm trying to text my friend that's been calling me and I think is in a bit of distress. And the people at the skate park were really mean. She's probably actually worked up about that.
Well, if you need to go, we can go. Like, I don't want to keep you from anything that you need to or should be or could be doing.
Okay. Well, I'll take the call and check in with you in a little bit and say goodnight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can text me. I'm still probably gonna be up for a little while, so.
I was using my new headlamp today. It was freaking awesome.
Nice. That's awesome.
Okay. Sweet dreams.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Gotta mute. Mm. If you want me to.